Hey guys, it's Kelsey, your best friend on the Homestead from roughandtumblefarmhouse.com. Today I'm doing kind of just a fun video. That this would normally be a video that would be kind of in the members only section of the YouTube channel. It is very unfiltered, very uncut. So that's the sort of videos I put over there are just sort of more fun behind the scenes sort of things to kind of get to know me, get to know my family and my farm a little bit more. And so what I thought it'd be nice is kind of throw one out there in general for people to check out so you see sort of what kind of content you could expect if you do become a member of the channel. So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite art, sort of mixed media. It could be, pottery and quilts and the different things that I've sort of collected over the years, either thrifted or bought or gifted to me that are around my home. So it's gonna be kind of a very fun impromptu thing here. My husband just took the girls to go do some errands in town, so it's me and Charlie. So he'll probably hop in and out of the video a little bit here, but we're just gonna kind of go around the house and look at some pretty things. So I am not cleaning my house at all. As you can see, I don't ever have like an Instagram social media influencer looking type home. I don't even have like pockets of my house that look that way. So just a heads up, it's not gonna be particularly clean, but hopefully you see some stuff that you think, oh wow, that's really cool, and you have a nice time. I'm not gonna do this in any particular order. I'm just gonna start in the kitchen because that's where we are and take some spider webs off this thing before I show it to you. But this I got, there's a gal who used to have an Instagram thrift store. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called now, but I loved it, and she just had such a great eye for stuff, and I bought out like a lot of her drops she did because I loved the thing so much. And so this was from one of her drops was themed practical magic, which who doesn't love practical magic? I got this garlic braid from that drop, and they're not real garlic, they're I don't know how you want to describe it, like not pottery, but what is that term, and so yeah, just this little garlic braid, and oh, there's a spider web in the sun, but I absolutely love this thing. So it was, she thrifted it and then kind of curated it, so it's sort of like a secondhand thrift, if that makes sense. So but that's one of my favorites. This one, which is dirty in the corner, sorry about that, it's really hard to film, is just this little pig having a croissant and some coffee. I like to imagine it's a French pig. This is, I think it's from Hobby Lobby, but I didn't get it there. I got it from another kind of like curated thrift place called Second Home in Hackensack, Minnesota, which they are closed but kind of doing pop-ups if you happen to live near Hackensack, Minnesota, which it'd be a shocker if you do, but that's really cool if you do. Anyway, I just really like it because I don't know, I think it's cute and charming, and the black frame kind of fits in with like our coffee maker that's over here. So there's a little breakfast pig. Okay, this one, sorry, it's hard to see in the light, but this is from an Indigenous artist. I cannot remember her name. I got it at the Indigenous Farming Conference a few years back. And so she uses just kind of scrap reclaimed wood to make art and puts things in an Anishinaabe or a Ojibwe. We live not too far from the White Earth Reservation. And so this says welcome to the garden, which I think is really pretty. And I absolutely love these little columbines. Are one of my favorite flowers from growing up. So I really like this this art piece here. Okay, this one kind of is looking a little bit old and dusty, but and they're completely like the garlic that wasn't here is like nothing but powder probably. But this was a wedding gift from my friend Zach Page. He has North Circle Seeds. It's a independent seed company based here in Minnesota, kind of in our neighborhood. But it's really neat just to have this here because I know that it came from the garlic he grew and some of the flowers he was growing at the time. And so this one's here. And then over on our China hutch, there's so many things that are just like little odds and ends, but in terms of artwork, this little guy here, oh my gosh, there's like Barbie stuff up there. This little guy here is, again, I found it on an Instagram thrift store, and it is a hermit thrush, which is just a random thing for it to be, and that is sorry, it's dusty, look at this. I should have done some prep before I made this video. It's my favorite bird. They have such an incredible sound, and so it was just such a wild thing to find this little cute, ooh, blurry, this cute little hand-carved hermit thrush. Sorry, having a hard time getting the camera to focus up, but so that's one of my other little favorites. This little goofy one here is something that I did. It was my sister's idea, and she did it with her own wedding cards, where instead of holding on to your wedding cards for a million years, you take a little stamp puncher thing and you punch out part of the card, and then you make a big collage. So you can do, signatures here, like my Aunt Cindy and Uncle Mike, so anywhere there was a signature of our family or close friends, I kept that, and then just kind of kept some like pretty parts of it. So this is one that I actually made. It's just kind of a memory thing from our wedding. This incredibly dusty and spiderwebby one, which is in our living room. This is a little barn. I think it's a watercolor. It was my husband's grandmother's. and she really liked art of barns. Sorry, I got a shaky hand here. Art of barns and the rural life and stuff, and this is something we inherited that was hers. I just think it's a charming little scene. Okay, this one is an Amish made quilt that my sister-in-law had, and I guess she just didn't want it, didn't have a use for it, and it fits perfectly on our wall in a spot that we needed it, and I just think it's a really beautiful pattern, and it's fun with my girls. We'll look at all the little different squares and pick out which ones are our favorite squares. And I think mine has always been a toss-up between, I like these little cute tomato ones and then one of these sort of more like elegant ones. I can never decide, but I really love having this quilt in our living room. Also in our living room, we're going to slide over, is this beautiful canoe paddle. This was made by, of all people, my band teacher from freshman year up through high school, named Mike Summerness. And he does have an Instagram page, and he does make and sell these customs. So the cool thing is he worked with another teacher who's a friend of mine, worked for his dock business in the spring, help, you know, putting in and taking out docks, because Minnesota, right, lots of lakes. And so this behind it is a piece of old dock, and then the paddles themselves are made from old pieces of dock that he has cleaned up and then put together. So it's really neat. And then you have this display, so you have kind of like this new beautiful made thing from the old dock pieces, and then you see kind of where it came from. And this was, I think, the first one he said he did. Normally he has them so they are mounted kind of like, you know, horizontal, not this way. And so this was one of the first ones he did that way. So it fits in nice in our home here. I got this for my husband as a birthday present many years ago. In our hallway now, sorry, it's hard with the glare. This is a Phoebe Wall print. Phoebe Wall is one of my all-time favorite artists. Again, sorry, the reflection's not great. And this is one of her pieces that I saw years ago when I was, I think, in my early 20s, and fell so in love with it because it was kind of the life that I hoped I would have someday, which I pretty much do at this point. Maybe not quite as, my husband wouldn't maybe like as rugged a little cabin as that looks to be. I would be perfectly happy in one. But just kind of this whole scene was just everything I had hoped for to have. So it hangs in our house as a reminder of kind of, you know, dreams and life and that kind of a thing. So we have a couple Phoebe walls in the house, but this one's my favorite. One more little quick Phoebe wall I'll show you in my girls' room. Again, sorry, it's kind of hard to see, but this is just an alphabet one with flowers corresponding to each. So it's really sweet in the kids' room. And then we do have over here, this I just got on Facebook Marketplace, and I don't think it's going to be staying here just because I want to get like a poster or a print of them in here. And sorry, it's kind of, the lighting's not the best, so we're looking a little shady. But this was made locally by a gal's mom, and she just had all these pretty quilted things and did some quilting. And this is a piece that she just wanted to let go. And so I got this for an insane deal, and it's just so pretty. And I love quilts. So this is another one I really like. We are in, right now it's still around Christmas time, so we have a little Christmas village up right now. But this is, even though, I don't know if I consider art or not, so I'm going to kick stuff out of the way here. This mirror, again, was that same Instagram thrift store who I love so very much. This was her Pride and Prejudice drop. You can see my messy living room behind me in the mirror. But it's just so beautiful, and I was really excited to grab that from one of those drops up here. We're going to make our way across. This is a really pretty embroidery that my friend Courtney made that I bought from her from a fundraiser that she was doing, because I do love my bees. This might be, I should almost say this for the end, but I'm going to do it right now anyway. This is a seed art that my cousin Alyssa made me of Juneberry's mom. So she was technically not my cow, but she was pretty much my cow. Her name was Bee, and she died young of hardware disease, I'm sorry to say, but this is made of seeds glued down, and my cousin took this is from an actual picture that exists. If I can find it, I'll throw it in here quick, that I took of Bee one summer when I was just out enjoying my cows, and I was young and single and had no kids and could just kind of hang out with cows that way. And so my cousin made this design based on that picture. So I don't remember what all the different types of seeds are. I think it's written on the back, but she used all different types of seeds to get the different colors and textures that she needed. She didn't win first place with this, which is a travesty at the state fair, but she did win some kind of award for it. I absolutely cried when I saw it at the state fair, because she hadn't told us that she'd done it. And so I'm looking around trying to find her art. She always keeps it a surprise, and I just burst into tears right there in the line for the seed art. So it's kind of embarrassing. But this is, if I had to pick one piece of art in my home to save in the midst of a fire, it would obviously be the bee seed art. Okay, so it's several days later. Actually, it's been no time for you, but a few for me because something came up, and now here we are. Anyway, real quick, I just want to explain what memberships are and why you might want to be a part of the membership here on my channel. So memberships, very simply and straightforward, they are a way to support creators that you really like on YouTube. It helps just support their channel and help their channels grow. There's a set amount that you give them every month. My levels are pretty small. The smallest one is $2 a month. And then I think $5 and I think like $10, which almost seems crazy to me because you can get like an HBO an HBO subscription for $10. So I understand if you're not into that, but you never know. I put it out there just in case. And so at each different level, you also get different perks. And so at the smallest level, you get access to members only shorts. You get access to like this members only kind of chat message board type area. And I'm like, my arm is like shaking. I'm gonna have to prop you somewhere here so I'm not prop you on my knee. Different things that you get, different kind of perks that you get as part of the membership. So, and then you also get kind of more access to sort of behind the scenes things like this with different videos. There's members only polls, so you can help me decide what sort of content to put out there. So it's a way for you just to kind of engage with the channel more and also kind of build more community as well. So if you're a small farmer, homesteader type who's interested in this sort of thing, or just someone who likes to kind of, you know, do these sort of natural sort of things in their home, then it might be a spot for you to kind of build more community and get some more ideas. And so ultimately though, it's a big way to support me and my channel, I say our channel, our little farm here. And so all the funds from it really are just going back into me trying to grow the channel and provide more valuable content for you guys. At the time that I'm posting this, I have around 11,000 subscribers to the channel in general. So if even a quarter of those people did the $2 a month, you know, said, you know what, yep, the content you're providing is good enough. Here's $2 a month just to support your little channel. That would be like life-changing for our family. It could help us so much and help the channel grow so much. So that is the end of that. That is what membership is. And this sort of video is what you typically find in the members only area. Okay, let's finish up with the last bits of my favorite art. So I apologize, it's not the best lighting down here. It's kind of towards the end of the day down in this is where I like film stuff. And it's kind of my little studio area where I just have things all over the place. It's kind of a hot mess, but I'm gonna show you just the last few pieces of art down here that I really like. My dirty windowsill. I just got this at the thrift store and it's a girl with like a little basket and a couple of ducks. And I just think it's lovely. When I got it, it had like some pink ribbons and stuff hot glued all over it. And I wasn't into those, so I just pulled those off. But I think it's such a charming, sweet, and especially since I'm planning to get ducks this year, it really made me happy for a few bucks at the thrift store. This is another embroidery that I really like that my friend Katie did. I've seen this exact scene pretty much many times when I'm out moving fence and that sort of thing around the farm, and always appreciate seeing spider webs out in the plants and things. So I really love this one, and so I keep this one down here in my studio. Again, I'm sorry it is so dark down here, and then there's like the glare from the window and everything. But this is another, maybe this angle is the best, another one I got at a thrift store for just a few dollars. And it's just these ladies. It's not an original or anything. It's a print that is also, I think, kind of maybe a little sun faded. It's hard to tell. But this, again, was just a couple bucks. And the frame is just really, really pretty. And actually, it shows up. It's a lot more washed out in person. But for whatever reason on the camera, it is looking so vibrant. My gosh, it's so pretty this way. But so I really, really like this art. This whole scene I just think is quite charming. Second to last one I'm going to show you. This one is... it's a pinup girl. It's a classic pinup girl named Hilda. And all of her pictures absolutely crack me up. My mom got me this calendar because I was like, this is all I want for my birthday is a Hilda calendar. And I just keep it up and I just change it every year or every month to a different picture. So sorry, I'm trying to get to the beginning. Is that the beginning? Must be. And she's a full figure girly, just having these wonderful adventures. And I love the Hilda calendar so much. Here it is. Okay, so there's Hilda, like doing her thing. Sorry, same picture twice. But she's always in these kind of like little conundrums, and she is a pinup girl. So like I said, a little bit salacious here, some of the pictures, but I just absolutely get so much joy out of this calendar. That one's one of my favorites, obviously. I think that's more of a brown Swiss than a jersey. But that one's definitely got a lot of skin showing there. Just like goofy little things. I adore her, so I love this calendar. And I'm not going to show you the rest because, like I said, everything's covered. But, you know, she is a pinup girl. So there's Hilda. Dwayne Briers is the artist. I have had to hide in my bathroom to record this last thing. It's like right around supper time I'm trying to get this done. So this last art piece I'm going to show you is a woodcut that I don't have up yet because it's kind of an odd size. I need to get the right frame for it, but it is a original woodcut by an artist named Charles Beck, who is pretty famous in our area. He has passed away, but he makes all these really beautiful woodcuts that are kind of based on just sort of the things he saw around the area that we live in Minnesota. So a lot of rural, agrarian, really pretty stuff. Like he has some really neat ones that I love of round bales or just fields in winter and stuff. They're really cool. So check out Charles Beck. I'll link him below to see some of his art, because you can still buy some of his originals, which after he passed away, I kind of panicked and was like, we don't have a Beck, and they're gonna, you know, like once they're all sold, no one can ever get them again. You gotta buy them from someone who has one. So we didn't have a huge budget for it, so I got one of the more affordable ones that I could get here, and I'll just show it to you now. There's absolutely my shower curtain, but here is the wood cut that we have. So it's a real long, skinny one, and I absolutely love it. And there's his signature and everything. And so it's one I just need to get a frame for before something awful happens to it. But I'm really excited that we have it. So woodcuts, of course, are made, they carve out the wood and then they do the painting onto the wood itself and then use it like a big stamp. So this is one that I'm really excited to have and would love to add more Becks to my collection eventually. Okay, so that is a quick tour of some of my most favorite art in our house. We do have other art and, you know, kind of decor around, but those are the things that make me the most happy and I think are kind of the most fun to share. So I think my top two are probably the Charles Beck woodcut and then, of course, the beautiful seed art of our cow, or sort of my cow, Bee, from back in the day. So let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. If you have any artists you think I should check out, please share those below. I would love to hear all about it. Otherwise, I hope you'll think about becoming a channel member. I would love to get to know you guys better. And so hopefully I will see you in the membership. And if not, I will still see you here next week for another video from our Rough and Tumble Farmhouse.